Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello. I wanted to wish you a good day on in between two eclipses. So it is a very, very intense time. And I wanted to ask a question. Are you ready for the shift? There is so much that is going on that the life is changing every day, but those eclipses will bring a great deal of change. What I'm offering here is a perspective within the now. It is only my idea. Take whatever resonates in your heart, what feels good in your heart, integrate it. Whatever else, just let it go. I made a lot of notes of different aspects that I want to discuss. For my consciousness is being upgraded every day by my higher self, my inner self. I'm trying to fast, but I'm not. Since I quit smoking and coffee, and it's like I should be fasting to accelerate my process, but I'm not doing. It's really hard. I just can't do it. So I have to be. So I'm drinking tea. Spirit is to understand that what we want is to elevate our spirit, our spirit self over mind and matter, to elevate ourselves to like we are a flame, to recognize that the physical doesn't exist. It's the inner flame. We have to find the wisdom within the flame and let the flame elevate itself, the return to the greater light, the greater sphere of light, what we call God. This great light. We want to raise our consciousness. So, in a sense, we came to Earth to explore contrast, to explore a side of life that cannot be explored anywhere else in the. There is not that many places in the universe where it is possible to experience those nightmares, those and the most beautiful dream and the darkest nightmare in the same place. For the Earth was created as a paradise, but men being immature, they've created somewhat of a administrative hell and all those wars and all the pollution and everything. So it's just a matter of becoming aware. For things to change. So we're here to explore contrast. For life is showing us what we do not want, so that eventually we can create a blank screen and recreate something that we want. Once we know what we want, and of course we can, if we know what to do, we do it. But sometimes we don't know how to do. So we ask the universe, we ask God, and we surround the idea to do that is to trust that God will make it happen, but we do not want to ask God to do it by our own means, by the way we think it's going to happen. But for God works in mysterious ways, and so we have to allow. There is a lot of things that is unknown that can come into being. In one day, everything can change, but it's a matter of being aligned. Also, the idea is to raise our self-esteem, to our self-confidence and our self-care. Understanding we've taken all kinds of addiction, whether it is physical or mental. Some people are conscious or unconscious, but we all have some sort of addiction we want to get rid of. Addiction comes as a result as inner revulsion, that we're doing something because there's something within ourselves we do not like. So we have to learn to accept ourselves. And not to reject our true self, because our true self will once we discover our true self, as Shakespeare said, to sign on self be true. Once you discover our true self, you want to be true to yourself, and once you are true to yourself, you can never be untrue to anybody else. For the true self is true and will be true to everybody else. Shakespeare is an incarnation of a master named Saint Germain. He was an incarnation that he took as Lord Byron, and he took this. He took this name, Will I Am, to shake a spear, the will that I am, to shake the spear, to see if he wanted to integrate this the purple flame of transformation. Was he really ready to undertake this immense role of transmuting all the darkness of humanity into the light? So he chose to do that. Eventually, as we ascend, someone else he will continue his ascension. Someone else will replace him as the function of the guardian of the purple flame. So we want to salute and thank him for all that he does behind the veil, beloved Saint Germain. We can overcome any addiction by pure compassion towards our body, and we want to cleanse our mind from all dark and negative thoughts. For the senses, sometimes are undisciplined. I wish I had disciplined my senses a lot earlier, but it's really hard. Sometimes I gave up smoking, I gave up coffee, but I feel I have to replace it by something else. I stopped coffee, but I have to replace it by tea. But I don't like to drink tea, so I have to put a bit of sugar. And spirit says, sugar. It's like, so it's like, yeah, such a bad person. And it's like, you're not ascending. It's like, sorry. It's like, if I don't do that, I'm going to start drinking coffee again. I'm already not drinking alcohol, which is already good, because alcohol is worse than coffee probably. So so you have in many sense we have to find a compromise between our ego and our spiritual ascension. There's going to be an acceleration, a compression of energy. So all those who are manipulating, lying, all the lies their soul will make them really understand that it's no longer okay. Once we are receiving lesson, it comes from our soul. Once we are receiving external gift, it often comes from our spirit guides and angels. And when we are receiving inner gift, it comes from our I am presence. For the soul is the most is the one that holds the responsibility of the evolution with the I am presence, the guides and the angels. But so in many sense, my soul is being really hard on me, and God. But if God wants me to go through that, is because He wants me to move from where I was to where I need to be in a pure state as soon as possible. So it's motivating me to push me to go as fast as I can. But I still have to be patient enough so that I can that, because I tried to do that a few years ago and I did it for like 85 days. I was like completely zen, and it's like, but then I went back, I fall back, and then it took me 3 years to be able to restart the process again. This time I want to do it, so I have to do it in my own rhythm. I'm only expressing things from my point of view, just hopefully will assist you in this process as well. For we are growing together. We're not experiencing the same thing. We don't have the same past. But if I would pull a card from the Archangel for today, is the force of Michael. The solution can come from meditation. Sleep more or take a break, vacation. Eliminate the stress within yourself. Well, I wish I could. Right now, they don't let me sleep that much. I'm sleeping 2 or 3 hours a day. Well, I slept 4 hours, 3 hours and 4 hours today. Well, it was like unexpected. I'm going to give an anecdote about that. But in many sense, or take a vacation would be good, because when you do a cleansing, if you're ready from the outside stress, sometimes I feel I'm like in the Calvary. It's like, if you're going to crucify me, get it over with. Do it already. Crucified me so I can be done with this crucifixion. But in many sense, we want to be able to relax, to ease, to find relaxation. I also wanted to say that anything we can imagine is real, becomes real as soon as we imagine it. I was talking about yesterday that said that Allah is the most powerful being that I've ever met in the cosmos. Before I read the Quran, I had this interaction with, because of my spiritual aspiration, and so I am. It's like my uncle. It's the father of my paradise father. It's like the brother of my paradise father. But if you're Muslim, you will find Allah at the end of the journey. If you're Judaic, you will find Yahweh. If you're Buddhist, you will find Buddha. If you're Hinduist, you will find Brahma or Krishna. If you're Taoist, you will find the Tao. So it's all very, very personal. It's all very, very. There is only one truth, but in many sense, we have to unify to not fight against those things. For they are in truth, there is only one infinite mind, spirit. God that is expressed in infinite numbers of ways. We do not want to be one with darkness. We do not want to be one with ignorance. We want to be one with the light within ourselves and the divinity within ourselves. And then we recognize and respect the divinity within others. But we do not want to take the shadow and darkness of others. We do not want to be one with the shadow and the darkness. We only want to be in the light. To understand the darkness, it does not exist. It's something that is created for growth and evolution. It is something we need to eliminate. It is not part of God. It is not part of the One. God does not have shadows. Our soul doesn't even have shadows up there. It is just something that we carry down here. For in many sense, I'm following the ways of the Christ. I'm walking in this path of unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and universal brotherhood, sisterhood, and so. So this is I think the highest path to follow, understanding that when we were seeking to be one with all that is the highest aspiration, the highest understanding. It is the highest way, the fastest path to freedom as well. Also, when I say, to me, thoughts and emotion are real things. Thoughts have colors. They are very heavy thoughts, very dark colors, and they are beautiful thoughts with beautiful light. And then the emotion that is attached to them give them form and direction. So it is something that when we open our third eye, we begin to see the forms and the shapes so it is something that opens up progressively, slowly. It's something that belongs to the non-being, the invisible universe. But it is possible to open our third eye to the point where discern the good thoughts from the bad thoughts, so that we can see all those things from in the invisible world. And so also wanted to say that all the tools and the techniques are good to align yourself, but to align ourselves. But the heart is really what counts. Is the feeling state in our heart. The heart needs to encompass, and love is the beginning and the end of all thing in the heart. Everything that's not love in our heart has to be removed, transmuted. For there is nothing else but love that has that needs to rule within our heart. The path of ascension is a narrow road that climbs upward the mountain. So it is a difficult path, but it is that narrow upward road that will lead us to the greatest satisfaction. We want to realign ourselves with our God self. We want to remember we all have a long history of galactic history where we incarnated on many advanced civilizations before we even chose to participate in this cosmic drama here on the earth. And we are not the circumstances of our life. That's just temporary state. We want to move into a feeling state. For paradise is the reunification of cause and effect. So even if we cannot completely reunify cause and effect, we want to always, whatever cause will have an effect, we want to create always new, better cause, higher cause, and progressively that's the only way to free ourselves, is to seek to create ever more perfect cause in order to align ourselves. For the earth was created as a paradise reality, always has been, always will be. It already is. It is just a matter of tuning into those frequencies and understanding that if it is not paradise, it's because humans are acting out of greed and ignorance and stupidity, and there is all kinds of things that has been done that is not aligned with the highest good. But we are moving into the new time that is coming, and so those who do not who are serving themselves and against humanity, against life, against the planet, will have very severe. Their own soul will be very severe with them in the times coming. And those who have chosen to assist the planet will be receiving new gifts. So be ready to receive those gifts. We want to know that we are worthy, we are deserving of unlimited abundance, for we are the children of God, and God has possessed all. If you're the children of God, then you are a royalty. There is no other way around that. And so it's just about past life conditioning. It's all about past life conditioning, where we have been conditioned, hypnotized to accept the lack of self-empowerment, the lack of abundance, the lack of love. But it is about reconditioning ourselves to understand that we deserve all that. We deserve, no matter what our past may be. We want to learn to obey our inner self rather than outer authority, and to follow the inner guidance. For all those problems with self-worth comes from conditioning. Not all maybe, but from rejection, from abuse, from abandonment. And so we want to be healing those and be free. And so those were created. It's not even a human program. It comes from the archons and the draconians. Those beings were old extraterrestrial empires that were created to control, and because that was the way they work. In many sense, the draconians are not interested in the earth, and they try to turn. They need hydrogen to breathe. So they try to turn the oxygen atmosphere of the earth into hydrogen. A couple of times it didn't work, so they let it go. But what they're interested in is how to develop a light body, how to reintegrate emotion, which is very difficult because they use the scientific knowledge to remove everything they could from the source, but they couldn't remove it all, so they would completely disappear. But everything that is, so they're completely mental, and they're completely disconnected from the emotion, and they need the emotion to evolve. So as we complete our cycle of evolution here on the earth and we create this ascension, we'll be able to assist all kinds of civilization in the galaxy to assist them in developing this light body and returning to something that is more wanted. So there is a great deal of meaning into what's going on here that is utterly beyond what we can understand at this time. So accept that and know that we are the I am race. There is not all the planet have this divine minister of the great I am, the great I am that I am. So there is many forms of intelligence. There is three forms of intelligence: the stomach, the heart, and the brain. Those have to be aligned, and it is the alignment of will, love, and light. So the sexual energy that transmutes into vital energy, that transmutes into spiritual energy, and then we need to learn to concentrate that spiritual energy so it can ascend into the great light, return to the source. Once there is enough spiritual energy, we'll break free of the prison, of the corporal prison, and find its way out. So it's but if we let go of the seminal essence, the sexual energy, we dissipate it. If we speak too much to say nothing, then we dissipate our vital energy. And if we worry all the time, we dissipate our spiritual energy. So we want to learn to concentrate those energies. And to understand the codes and the activation of the codes and the downloads can happen at any time, at any point. So while you're watching TV, while you're playing games, while you're sleeping, while you're meditating, anything can happen at any time. For in the now, whenever your soul and spirit knows you're ready for something, it will come. So something will happen consciously, or it will happen unconsciously. But remember who you are and where you come from. You come from this great light. You are divine beings of light. For that, my mission is also to remind us of that. We all going to be called to action with this eclipse. So be ready, whatever your soul, your spirit calls you to be. And as much be in gratitude when you listen to like a channel messages, just say thank you to the spirit. When you're receiving a download of really good energy, say thank you. It doesn't cost anything. It's a protocol, so it helps to create a flow so they can receive more. Another protocol that is usually used in the higher plane is when you meet someone, it's just an instinct. You send pink light into the heart of the person you meet. You can do that, of course. You can do that on the earth. For we are all spirit beings. We are all made of light. In truth, there is no darkness. Is just an illusion, a temporary illusion. For we are all divine beings of light. And so you send this pink light into the heart of the people every time you meet someone. Of course, you don't need. You don't need to tell them that you're doing that. They will feel it, or they will not feel it, but they will consciously. But it will do them good. And if they don't believe, even if they don't believe or anything, you can still send pink light in the heart of all the beings that you meet. It's always good. But it is just a standard greetings that we usually do on the hyper plane. And this pink light is just an abundant light of unconditional love. I've been continuing to do this initiation with my friend Todd. I read one more time, the 86th time, the Emerald Tablet of Todd. And so it is quite wonderful. I'll continue to do that. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull a few cards. The painting behind me is an astrological self-portrait. It's the number 2. And I think I had an English song to sing. Maybe. So it's a song I'm going to sing. It's a song that it's written by a woman, sang by a woman, but it came through my mind. I'm going to sing it anyway. It's not that. And I'm going to pull a few cards first. I'm going to see from the Akash what may be the message for us today. I hope this message was interesting for you. I don't want to. I thought it is an important time, and we're going to be called into action. So be ready to. If you don't know what to do, just. If you haven't received that information, then you will just listen to your own heart. It's never about what I'm saying. Doesn't matter. It's what you feel inside. It's how does those things resonate? What kind of trigger does initiate to elevate your consciousness? That's the only thing that matters. Is your own inner guidance. It's far more important than any external authority. The highest wisdom for us today is the farm. What we need to understand is the orphan. What we need to do is the Greco-Roman. And the outcome will be finance. So the farm is about being able to nourish ourselves. And how do we nourish ourselves and nourish others? The orphan is about reconnecting, understanding this abandonment. We feel abandoned by life, and this is that's creating those problems inside of us. So we need to reconnect to our source. And for that, our angels, our guides, are assisting us to reconnect, to realign us to our I Am presence, the great source that will connect us to the God that we adore. What we need to do is the Greco-Roman, so it's about self-empowerment. Could be about understanding. It's about the Greco-Roman, the Greek gods were very powerful beings. They came in human forms, but they were way, way above human, above in their manifestation of their divinity and the physicalness. But those beings already exist. They've always existed, and they also are guides and teachers. And finances will liberate us. I'm gonna tell a little anecdote. I'm gonna sing this song. Is last night because I'm not sleeping much those days, when I managed to sleep around like 12, 1 o'clock, and at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with a dream. And usually some dreams are very bizarre, but this one was very, very clear. And the dream was I just spent like 3 hours discussing my project with a very, very famous and very rich billionaire that I had sent many, many years ago. I had sent him a proposal for my with my paintings and a catalog of my painting, a proposal for my project. And at the time, his foundation was saying, well, we're not interested in any cultural, in culture is not what we do. So, but then we were like, for 3 hours we discussed that. I'm not going to say who it is or what we discussed, but it was very clear in my mind. So I realized that I've asked life to manifest some things for me. And so, and it's just this person could take one phone call and solve all my problem and get everything, which will be wonderful for all of humanity. For there will be people that will contribute financially, those that will contribute logistically. There were some people that will contribute creatively, and then we will be able to serve. And many people will join this golden age movement, this Renaissance movement, and there is many aspects. So I know this is all coming. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I have the faith and trust that God is in charge and knows what needs to happen in relationship to this manifestation. So I thought that was funny, and so I thank him in advance if he chooses to participate right from the start in this project. For once the project will be started, once it's like big success and everybody want to join because to participate in the success. But to start something new, it takes a little bit more courage. It takes a leap of faith. It takes a vision for somebody to go out on the limb to go into manifesting something completely new. It's a bit with my paintings. It's like, who will be the first museum? Who will be the first dealer? Who will be the first major collector to say, well, I see value in that, and I wanna start that. I wanna help that. I wanna bring that into the world. So all of it is in the potential. And I wanna sing this song. It's called Dreams. Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. Oh, my dreams. It's never quite as it seems, never quite as it seems. I know I felt like this before, but now I'm feeling even more because it came from you. And then I open up and see the person falling here is me, a different way to be. I want more, impossible to ignore, impossible to ignore, and they'll come true. Impossible not to do, impossible not to do. And now I tell you openly, you have my heart, so don't hurt me. You're what I couldn't find. A totally amazing mind, so understanding and so kind. You're everything to me. Oh, my life is changing every day in every possible way. Oh, my dreams, it's never quite as it seems, 'cause you're a dream to me, a dream to me. Well, thank you very much. If you care to comment or to like or to share, it will really help this channel to get better referencing. So if you have any idea, any comment or any question or anything about anything that I've been talking about, I thank you very much. And in any event, I wish you a wonderful day. Let us get ready for this eclipse and let us get ready for this new aspect of our life that is right before us. I thank you. Namaste.